Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is our Pontos Fathom paint through video for the Tainted Grail King Arthur miniature. It's a massive miniature. We're looking at it here unpainted. It's really cool. He's got his sword Excalibur. He's got his crown. He's wearing a cool kind of stylized armor. He's standing on top of a pile of corpses and broken components. He's got knights down there in the mix. He's even has the half body of a four-dweller that he's carrying along. You can see there's swords and spears sticking out. There's the four-dweller. His cloak is tattered. He looks like he's on a mountain of vanquished enemies. And this is sort of the this is definitely the mood of the Tainted Grail game. You know, it's a darker version of it. I think that this miniature originally was released as a limited edition. I think the first year edition of it was the 2019 version, and I think that was only released as a resin model in about 400 copies. But this is the actual 2022 version with which is the Sundrop edition, they call it. So anyway, I got to take this out to get a Zenithal prime. We're going to prime this with a flat black first. I think flat black will be good for this because there are lots of highlights. And then I'm going to hit it with a metallic chrome-like armor. We'll go for a bit of the Excalibur film type of style. So we're just going to get this base coated in black, take a look at the miniature just with the black base coat, and then we'll switch over to the Zenithal Prime. So yeah, we can see it here with the flat black prime now. Just take a quick look at this. You know, once we paint them, we're not able to see them in these other states. You can see even the black prime kind of captures the light real well. I'm going to go back on this now, and I will hit it with a silver chrome-like spray. I'm going to do a little bit more than a Zenithal Prime. I'll also try to target it so I only hit the armor, but I will try to kind of give a Zenithal Prime to everything. But I really do also want to kind of get a base coat on the armor with this one. Yeah, so now you can see, looks quite cool with the Zenithal Prime, the armor. And I'm going to go ahead now and mix up a very dark red, no paint here. I'm going to mix up a very dark red for the banner and for his cloak as well, his tunic. And then we'll lighten it. We'll put some more red on top of that, so we'll sort of make it a rich, sort of a deep blood kind of color. Yes, for you the guys that don't know, Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, it's a co-op game. You can also play it solo, so it's 1 to 4 players, and it does a mix of Arthurian legends and Celtic mythology. You've got these guardian menhirs. It actually takes place with your character is almost like kind of has a Dungeons and Dragons vibe to it, in the sense that you're a character that it's a choose your own adventure type of play too. Though there's decks of cards with quests and different portions for you to reveal throughout the game. And the other thing is it kind of takes place where you're a low-level character in the realm that Arthur is already moving into the legend state, right? So it's very interesting. You get combat, you get non-combat encounters, lots of cool monsters, lots of cool terrain, and it's actually we're in a world where the chaotic mist is sort of taking over. So we got the red cloak, we got the red banner painted first round, and you can see Arthur's armor is looking fantastic here. I'm going to go through and do some highlights on this, then start tackling the base, and also I will use some washes on the four dweller, and also for Arthur here. Next up, we got some Nuln oil. I'm going to use this on that four dweller. Just to darken him up. I won't use the Nuln oil on Arthur, so I kind of want to make a distinguishing between the four dweller and the Arthur armor, but just a slight one. The four dwellers kind of can be black painted also, but because I've already got the highlights of the armor, I will just use this to sort of blacken a bit the recesses and sort of darken the color of him a bit. I'm going to tackle the flesh of all these body parts that are down in the pile of corpses here under Arthur, and then I'll use a flesh shade on these as well to kind of blend them in. There's also some wooden pieces of shields, some bit of like a cart. It looks like Arthur was like in some kind of berserker mode when he chopped through these vanquished here. And now I've got the flesh shade. This is Citadel's flesh shade. I'm going to put that on the base, and I'll also put a bit on Arthur as well. I've also gone ahead and I'm going to go ahead and add the wooden pole, some other color details of wood like the wooden crossbar. I'll get those in place, and then you guys can. I'm going to take you guys out into some hero shots. Also grab leather straps around the banner, so you can see all of these. I got his crown painted here. And the mini's really coming together now, so I think I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. What do you guys think? Leave your comment below. Unfortunately, this has no gameplay, this figure, but maybe I'll find a way to get it on the table at least when we are playing through Tainted Grail. So if you guys like and subscribe, you can check out when we're playing Tainted Grail and all of our other Tainted Grail miniature painting. So go check that out below. And I'll leave you guys with some hero shots. channel is sponsored by the books from Pontos Fathom Press that we create. We get a sister channel called Pontos Fathom Press, and it helps us to support our hobbies channel. First up is the Omnibus Edition Cat 2 Journals Out of Lovecraft's Providence. This collects the 6 individual volumes of Genealogy of Cthulhu, Archaeology of Yog-Sothoth, and Psychoanalysis of Rilliah. That makes up the first trilogy. There's also Hermeticism of Hastur, The Alchemy of Azathoth, and The Necromancy of Nyarlathotep. Put them together and you get this massive tome. You can buy these individually. You can go check out our podcast or our Patreon as well and get some information on these before you buy. But it helps to support our channel, so really appreciate that. We've also got out there The King in Yellow and Lost Carcosa and the Yellow Sign, Tales of the Yellow Sign, Volume 1 and 2. We're also putting together some podcast lecture notes. We've been doing a podcast now for a couple of years since the lockdown. We've got topics on Lovecraft, Frank Herbert, Philip K. Dick, pulps like Conan, Solomon Kane, John Carter of Mars, even anime like Evangelion and Bleach, Song of Ice and Fire, Tolkien, and our esoteric dragon mysteries, decoding the dragon symbol in myth and occult traditions. Finally, the Dune saga. Frank Herbert's Dune, super popular with the release of Dune 2. This is William Mitchell's Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune saga, getting behind what makes Dune such an interest with people. Some of those Jungian, alchemical, and anthroposophical themes, but also digging deep into things like the ethics of God Emperor Dune, the politics of Dune Messiah, and looking into Herbert's influences from Samuel Butler into some of those powers of the Bene Gesserit, Bene Tleilax, and even in looking into the war against the machines. Finally, we've got Artificial Psychology of Desiring Machines, August Moldenhauer, William Mitchell, digging deep into the rise of machine intelligence and looking at that balance between machinic desire and also the automation of humanity. So really something compelling for these days. Go check it out. Helps us support the channel. You can also check out our Patreon. And as usual, like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Guys, thanks for making it all the way through to this part of the video. Like I said, check out the bookstore links below. Check out our Patreon. And like and subscribe. Ring the bell to get notified. Leave your comments below. I'll be playing through all of the Tainted Grail and expansions on the channel. So if you're interested, this is the place to be. So talk to you soon. Bye-bye.